Attention Disney Knights, I have a good announcement to make. Oh, really? Before we do the announcement, I have a surprise for you, Mickey. Oh, really? What is it? I made this last week. You made a Disney Hero canvas? How come I'm not in it? Sorry, I still have a few bugs up my eyes. Call it glitch eyes. I'm not in this picture either, except Shang is in there. At least you put me in there because I was afraid that I'll be dropped out again. So do I. Why do they always choose her over you? You know, this company, they have a greedy sense of entitledness. I can feel you, but you're lucky I'm in it. Only a much detective kind of version. I highly doubt they would add you into the sequels, but please get back in line. Sorry, but you were saying. I was saying is that the good news is I overheard that the studio is finally announcing that they're bringing back 2D movies again right after Zootopia 2. Sorry, Roger. No offense. I'm not going to show my sense of jealousy yet. I kind of feel bad for you because I was this close to allow Cosworth and Lumiere to appear in your movie as cameos. I kind of like them. They're silly and dim-witted, but one of them is fairly loyal to me. Maybe because you scared him too far, master. If I have to say so. I am not your master. You're his, actually. Thank you, Adam, if I have to say so myself. Ahem. I'm sorry. You were saying? I was saying is that the good news is they're bringing back 2D animation. That means we're finally getting more of them after they finish Frozen 3, which we didn't expect it, and you already know what's coming out this year, and also right after they do other unknown project sequels, but who am I to tell? So does that mean yes? It's about time. We haven't got a 2D movie for almost like a decade since the Princess and the Frog was the last one to count. Actually, the last movie was Winnie the Pooh. That doesn't count as a sequel. It's more like a new movie. It's more like a sequel from the original. Yeah, but it's worth it. So, when are they going to start doing the next new Disney movie? One that doesn't involve 3D animation. Even though I wish Hero would still earn his sequel soon, can be told by segment clips count like they can tell it by pages before revealing itself. Well, it could be. Well, I'm not sure yet. They haven't announced Big Hero 6 for years, but at least they got a series which we did not expect it yet. But I'm afraid I'm not sure when they're going to announce a new movie. Well, since they're doing it, that means they could really bring me in. Roger, they can still do 2D animation, just not the whole entirely. Because we haven't had 2Ds for years. It starts from the 30s to the 90s and half of the 2000s. And after that, in 2010, zilch, nada. Yeah, I'm tired of being surrounded by supercomputers. Not this time. I assure you there won't be computer animations. It's only because without my creator, we haven't had 2D. Maybe it's because it's hard work. You have no idea how long you draw in pencils. Besides, it's a new generation tradition to remember. But I'm pretty sure at the end they'll recompromise it. By recompromising it, you mean they're going to do 3D first and then 2D next? Yeah, obviously. You know, Roger, if I were you, you should do a sequel about 2D versus 3D. He has a point. Like, it'll be based on why you were also isolated from existence. You really mean it, Beast Man? Absolutely. What a good dog. I'm not a dog. He is. Oh, I get it. You're a bear. I'm not a bear either. A lion? No. Don't mess with him. Sorry. You don't want to turn on his candlestick. Okay, if I don't get any more interruptions, but now, first things first is we need to ask ourselves which Disney movie you think should be next. Something that has not been developed for a long time due to such issues and courtesies. Let's see. How about World of the War? I don't know about that, Stitch. It's already been owned, except it's more like a live action film, which I'm not allowed to say who made it. How about let's do Romeo and Juliet? Besides, it's kind of one of my favorite Shakespeare novels. That's actually not a bad idea, Beast. Except the only problem is there's always going to be a death wish at the end. What else? How about we just do one with Cleopatra and Mark Anthony, even though they'll still see her as another Disney princess on the list. Except Mark Anthony can still be more improving. What else? How about let's just do Rumpelstiltskin? Only a much good guy version. Actually, I kind of like it. Rumpelstiltskin, say my name. But this time we should make him a good guy version of him, while the evil one is wicked, because I'm starting to like him. Well, okay. What else? Well, into Beast's words, how about let's do Hamlet with a pig? Anything except Hamlet. That's too terrifying. Okay. We'll just stick to Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra, and Skin for now. But except I'm not sure if they're going to figure that out soon. Because most of those other new fairy tales will just be based on other certain legends. Whether it takes place in Germany, France, or Korea, or anywhere. Or somewhere outside in space. Or in an alternate universe, actually. Yeah, possibly. You know, that does sound kind of hard. Isn't that right, number 6? That's 626 to you. Oh, yeah. Let's see. What else? There's got to be another fairy tale segment. Ooh, I know. How about some nursery rhymes instead? Anything except nurseries. Just fairy tales only. Not even Little Jack Horner. I don't know what that is. Why not do Jack and the Beanstalk? Except that's already been done by me. And yet I have not seen Willie the Giant for years. Yeah, I went bowling with Willie. He's such a big, hungry giant. Especially how he has feelings for the golden harp. Well, I don't. This giant is nothing but a dim-witted buffoon with a mind of a child. Hey, take it easy. I went bowling with him too. I've been there. Well, whenever they announce it, it's probably going to be the end of this decade, like maybe 2030. You could be right because that's where they do a fresh start. So how many more years until this happened? Let's see. We're on 2025, so I suggest 4 more years left before they announce it. And once they do, that's where the choice begins. It'll be 3D for 1 year and then 2D the next. Well, I guess there's only one way to find out if that happens. What's wrong, Roger? I'm worried that if they don't do a sequel about me, my actor is gonna pass away. We'll find new ones. I'm pretty sure they're big fans of you. It's just us against the many. because you have no idea who we're gonna encounter with. Okay. Look, if they like 2D movies, why can't they just do sequels? It's easy, only for the originals. Okay, Mr. How to Train Your movies, how you're gonna make sequels about them? Well, let me see. One, they should do Sword of the Stone because they haven't done a sequel yet. He's right, Mickey. I kind of feel bad for that squirrel girl, which I rather address her as Guinevere. They never done a sequel featuring the Knights of the Round Table either, haven't they? Nope. And I want her to be turned into a human because she deserves it. Because I know how she feels. And besides, what if she's also like Arthur? By that you mean she was also an orphan and a prisoner to this forest. Well, actually, it's not prison, but more like sanctuary without a family. Like, what if her parents were mauled by this coyote over here? That's actually a wolf. They're kind of right because I feel bad for her, and I can't even grant my genie powers to make her human, so she and Artie can live happily ever after. At least that's what the fans want, and there are a lot who are fighting for her. Okay, anyone else? Maybe they should do a sequel for Robin Hood. Besides, I kind of like Skippy. Yeah, because Robin Hood has always been the original Zootopia, one that features a fox and a rabbit and a bear. In case you haven't known, Little John is also a second focus. Oh yeah, Skippy is just a fan favorite and comic relief. And protagonist since he has more screen roles than Marion. You're kind of right. And hopefully, if they do another live action remake, let's do one where he's an orphan. That way he can get adopted. Well, I don't know. Walt never suggests having a young rabbit be adopted by two grown foxes before, but I kind of like your suggestion. Any any other sequels? Yeah, like how about the original Snow White? It hasn't had sequels, or even Bambi, or Tarzan, or Fox and the. Sorry, I can't say that right now. And or the Great Mouse Detective. Most people like that, except the Dark Ages from the 80s didn't go well, and the Little Mermaid was the first one to success. Okay, that's more like Renaissance, but all right. Am I also a Renaissance? Uh, no, you're more like you're one of the kind. Gee, thanks. But don't worry, Roger. You'll always be a friend with me. Besides, I like you. You're my inspiration. Oh, gee, thanks, Genie. I wish you can give me a sequel. Oh, look, something's coming out next year in 2026. Where is it? Major Look. You fooled me. How don't provoke him. Look, Roger, I know you want this sequel so badly since they've been working so hard, but the only problem is they won't open this door for you, but you always will be for us. And as long as I'm in control, I will never change those rules, especially not from the likes of you. Thanks. Okay, then. I have a better idea. Maybe they can start doing just a phase to it. Like what kind of phase? Like what if they do 2D told by stories either through flashbacks or just through imaginations? Oh yeah, like what? Like if they do a sequel for Big Hero 6, they should do some comic pages out of it that takes place after defeating yokai. Okay, anyone else? And maybe some scenes from Frozen, only through dreams, and probably in Kanto since they're announcing it. Yeah, if they do one, this time give us a man and a villain, but not together, just separately. Because the last movie that came out before Moana 2, didn't turn out well. Besides, when when what? Are they gonna make a man out of them? Soon, Genie. Soon. At least Shang became an inspiration for most of his fans who are listening. Let's get more manpower. Come on, let's fight some witches. Some evil witches known as the Nightmare Sirens. Again, what are Nightmare Sirens? They're evil princesses created by those who are envious and also through Greek mythology. Oh, they've been locked out for centuries and take form for those who are more satisfying than men or more overconfident. Yeah. So is that why the rest of our friends won't be attending because they're just 3D graphic, especially those our Pixar friends? Yes, for this is just for us only. But don't you worry, we will get things in hand soon. But for now, we all have to be very patient because who knows what new movies are going to come out in 3D. But keep your eye open. You may not know where to turn to.